Good morning, everybody. I'm Rob, and this morning we start our 50-mile weekend for our training hikes. I'm back up here to Yankee Springs, and I sketched myself a route together. It should be 25 miles. If not, I'll have to double hike a little bit something to get there. But so the plan is I'll do 25 today. I'll do 25 tomorrow. I am gonna stay the night here tonight. I got a campsite, so maybe tonight I'll show you my truck camp set up. I didn't bring a tent or a hammock. I'm gonna sleep in the back of the truck tonight. Let's get after it.
Morning.
Couple quick miles in. 23 more to go, but you know, that's how we're gonna do it today. It's worth noting that today's gonna suck. So last week when I was out here, I did manage to give myself a blister. It's pretty much healed up, but I did tape that spot today. I've never dealt with blisters until just the last, a little over a year now. I'd never had a blister prior to that, and kind of felt invincible, and now it seems like I can't get away from them. But I tried a couple different shoes and, you know, different socks, all the game, but it's where we're at now. So we'll see how today and tomorrow fare, and nothing else that gives me an idea how many blisters, how much pain I'm gonna get in for the 100. Last year on the A100, I stopped at the 50-mile mark, and I'd blistered up pretty good, quite good, right on the pad of my foot. I taped the crap out of it on the trail and soaked it for a little while in the river even, and there was nothing I could do to get it to calm down. I mean, I was pretty tired. I was pretty exhausted too at that point, but it was finally enough that it just shut me down, and I was pretty disappointed. Now, my confidence ain't there I'm gonna make the 100, but I feel like I got at least a 75 in me, so time will tell. I'll stay at it. I'm gonna take you on a few good hills today. We're gonna find ways down the fishbowl and right back up out of it for the pure misery of just doing it. We are deep in the bike traffic already this morning, but I just got a couple more miles, and I'll break off the bike trail for a while and be off on the North Country Trail for a while. Chief Noonday portion of it, actually. However, once I'm done with that, I'll be circling back around to the bike trail, and not sure exactly what time I'll hit it, but I'm guessing I'll eat the bike trail back up somewhere a little after 1 o'clock. I'm sure she's gonna be plenty busy then.
Woohoo, we've done 3 miles. 22 to go. Hey. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning.
Just a couple little whitetails coming through. They've had enough of us. Well, we're probably in, well, it's probably the most difficult portion of the hike now. We're into the hills and the valleys. So, as you can see, it's going to be like this and worse for a while. It'll be fun.
Morning. Good. 2 more days. Morning.
We've been heading downhill for a while, and we've reached that point of what goes downhill is going to have to start going uphill. So we're about to start those climbs I was talking about, and well, wish me luck.
Yep. Okay. So that set wasn't too bad. I bet there's worse to come though. In fact, I know there is. Still got the heart rate up a little bit, but we're doing it to it.
Got an old tree here. Ain't got so much left in her anymore. Well, we're at the Devil's Soup Bowl. And I told you guys I would go down there just for the misery of going down there and back up, because it serves no other purpose in my hike other than the fact that it is a training hike, and hills are good for training, but they suck. Sorry about the wind, but that's where we're at right now.
This is a dumb idea.
Alrighty then. A lot less wind down here. And I already regret this. I didn't even start to go back up. But the first ledge wasn't so bad as when we dropped down off that second turn that is like, oh, this is gonna suck a lot. So I'll talk to you again back at the top.
Let's get after it.
As promised, I'm back at the top. And I'm breathing hard. Oh, well, that's not quite as bad as I thought it would be. But it got the heart rate up for today. She only says we're at 160. We're doing good. Just a quick PSA as I'm going through this stuff right now. My trail that I thought I was going to try and take in to catch the North Country Trail didn't appear to exist. It may once I get up here, but I walked down the road to a point where it should have been and I didn't see it, so I backtracked to this other trail, which is more of a 2-track, but it's been like freshly graded. So this sand is deep, and I've only been out for me a half a mile and I ain't got much more, but whew, when you're sinking in several inches with every step, it'll get you in a hurry. So today's lunch is going to be on the go, eat as we walk lunch. I supposed to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, some pickles, and my Hershey bar, but I forgot the pickles in the truck. So we have our sort of rough looking PB&J. We'll eat about half of our king size Snickers, and we'll just keep on moving. Our pace is off a little bit today, so that's part of why I want to keep moving. I didn't want to see this hike go over 10 hours, because in all honesty I feel like I need to be doing 30 miles in 10 to 10 and a half hours. So the fact that 25 is not going to happen inside 10 is kind of concerning. But like I talked about earlier, my pace, today's not supposed to be a pace day, but it's in the back of your mind, because I know what kind of pace I have to maintain in a little over a month. So it bugs me, but feeling pretty good. Feet a little tender, but we're going to keep moving. We're over halfway, 13 miles and some change. All right, so we're about 15 and a half miles in. Sun's way up there, getting really bright. It's definitely getting really warm. I can feel it for sure. Starting to sweat pretty good. Got the hat off now, if you can't tell, for the first time today, pretty much. And we've hit that point where the body's a little bit tired, kind of exhausted, but hey, got almost 10 more miles to go, so copy pace, 4 more hours. All at this point of the day, all it is one foot in front of the other. Just keep taking those steps. Ain't no reason to stop. Every reason to keep going forward. Well, I haven't done a ton of filming, but we just wrapped up our loop kind of on this side of Gun Lake Road. Road's just over this little hill in front of me. We are up to 21.6 miles in, because I just looked. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna end up a little over 25 before I get back to the parking lot on the other side, but not by much. If I'm under, it's gonna be right close, but just kind of ballparking guessing. But the bottom of my feet, they are sore. My legs, they are very, very tight. Kind of just going through the motions right now completely. Kind of stumbling a little bit here and there because I'm not paying quite enough attention to put my feet down where they should be and all that. But hey, that's why I'm here 2 weeks off the couch. You got to get there. You got to push hard. You got to stay at it. Just took a quick look at my map. I knew I was getting right close and wasn't quite sure on about the exact distance out, but it's like I'm down to about my final 1.5 miles now. So now it's just catch that extra pep in your step. You feel your body kicking up, you know you're almost there. You're thinking about that ice cold beverage in the cooler waiting for you. Kind of thinking about that. Really kind of thinking about the smash burgers I'm going to be making in a couple hours now. Maybe an hour. I struggled today for some reason. I should have been fairly fresh coming off the week of not hiking long, so it kind of conserved me for tomorrow, but we're going to eat here real soon. I enjoy a fire for a little while. I brought some wood with me. I got the cot set up in the truck, and maybe I'll go show that to you here in just a second. And then I'm going to fire the blackstone up, and the smash burgers are going to get smashed. From that, it's going to be a early night for me. I'd like to get back on the trail by 6:30 tomorrow. So I use the disco bed cots during the winter for ice fishing. So I just have that set up in here with the same pad I normally use. Then I have my power box. And I have lights right there on the top and a little fan. This is about my kind of go-to truck camp setup when I need to. But hey, I'm gonna get some cooking done. I say we start with a few slices of thick cut bacon. Little single blackstone or burning blackstone is new to me, so I'm using my big one, so I'm learning where the heat's really at on it. I'm gonna let this cook up a little longer, and I'll pull this bacon as soon as I put that burger on, and we will be in good shape. Oh yeah, that's what we like right there now. Grab our big spatula here. I do these are come out a little thicker than I prefer them to be, but it will make do. So I did forget my spices today, but these are gonna taste just fine. I also forgot my onion. A little burger sauce on there. Force them into the fold. Oh yeah. We're gonna fold one at a time, but I'm gonna eat. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning. It's a little bit later than I wanted to be getting out of my camp, but I was pretty tired last night, so I actually slept a little bit longer than I had originally planned, and I kind of went back to bed for a little while longer on top of that. But it is 20 after 7, and we're going to go knock out the same loop we did yesterday, but the opposite direction because the bike traffic goes different on Sundays. Let's get her done. So I did ditch the chest mount for today. I have the head strap with me, so I will throw that on here at some point. And when I'm going up in the hills and dying, I'll at least have full on for that, and we'll get there. But I struggled with the Karma mount yesterday, and it wasn't doing what I wanted it to. Couldn't keep it charged, so we'll go back to what we know kind of works. It just doesn't work at a fast pace. So, but if we're just doing it in real time, it shows it pretty well. And with that, we had our very first tick on us of the season. A wee little guy, but I'd heard they were out, which doesn't really surprise me with the weather. It's mushroom time here in Michigan, and well, that's when the ticks tend to become ferocious, and we had that little bit of rain this week, so I have to start paying a little more attention. But he was just crawling up the legs, so not a big deal. Get kind of used to that in the woods. Well, we're almost 2 hours in. We're down here by that very pretty Hall Lake. So far, I'm feeling pretty good. I have to admit, with the lakes, that these set of trails go around and everything else up here, it's one of the prettier little places I've hiked for lower Michigan. Another couple weeks, everything we hike down here is just going to be the classic green tunnel. Trees. Oh, look, more trees. You won't be able to see down into the valleys and stuff anymore, and at least we can see down the valleys. You have something other than the trail right in front of you. So, hey, it's pretty. Just under 3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes when I just looked at my watch. I just got off the horse trail, stopped to sit here and take my shoes off and get the sand and other debris out of them. A little winded. It's going to be a hard push, but you know, another 5 miles and I'll stop for lunch. So we'll get that. I think I'm actually take a decent lunch today. I'm going to take 20 minutes, I think. Just sit there and relax for a few. But yeah, I'm going to get these shoes off, get them emptied out. A little bit of sand can destroy your feet in a hurry, or a couple sticks, and all of a sudden you have blisters in there. Well, 4 hour mark. We're 11.5 miles in. I'm gonna go about another mile and a half. I'm gonna stop for lunch. So it won't be long, and I'll stop and talk to you again here real quick. I want to give you the quick hourly update to let you know where we're at. The feet are singing. I am tired, I'm sweaty, and I am pretty well spanked. Kind of hoping that lunch will bring me back a little bit. I got some pickles in there today because I didn't forget them. A little salt, a little more water. See if we can't make it through the rest of the day. It's lunchtime. I may have demolished my sandwich before I picked up the GoPro here, but we're out here at McDonald Lake. It's the last water I'll see today, so I think I'm going to stick my head in it because there's a little dock down there. And I get kind of used to the cool off and the relax. I got my shoes off right now for a few minutes. I'm just over that halfway point. We'll eat these pickles and drink that juice up, and I have that meat stick in there I might munch on too. That'll leave me the rest of my Hershey bar and my trail mix to get me through. But I'm definitely going to camel up on some water because I'm just feeling dehydrated today. Well, I'm about 15 minutes behind on my hourly check-in here. That's what happens this time of day. The heat gets to you, fries your brain. Everything just kind of blends together into
one monotonous step after the next, and just willing yourself to do it. But I just checked my mileage. I'm right at 16. So being at 16 means I should be in the final 10. I'm completely zapped today. I've got nothing in the tank right now, but we just keep going for now. We got all those big hills this afternoon that we're gonna deal with in this last little bit, and we're gonna push through. Well, another hour has passed, and we are no longer counting up on miles. We're counting how many miles we have left. We have less than 7 miles to go. We're just gonna keep putting one foot in front of the other. I do have a plan to take a break in just about another mile. Didn't get what you wanted on my break. I actually kind of half fell asleep for 10 minutes of it. But I took my shoes off and whatnot and relaxed for 20. So we were in good shape. But we just passed our next mile marker. Ready to since I talked to you. But we're down to 5 miles left. So we're gonna knock her out. So I told you all sooner or later you're going to hear some random mumblings, semi-crazy talk, just oddball conversations. I just passed the sign a second ago that man, I had 4 miles left, and I started singing, "Ice cold beer never broke my heart." And yes, I can't sing, but if the rest of the woods got to hear it more than once, I figured you guys might as well get to hear it once. I just passed the mile marker. That meant I had 2 more miles left, and more importantly than 2 miles left, I think down to that last mile before water, and I'm ready for that water. We've been a little dehydrated most of the day, and it's catching up. Well, I got my water. Turns out it was only about a half mile from camp, or from the parking lot. So a little bit of water left. I drank about half a liter right there, and I knocked this last little half mile out.